there. You can hear the engine roaring. This is about cool cars, but even more than that, is it about the story behind the cars? And this Mustang, well, it has quite a story to tell. This family inside, they were reunited with this car after having to sell it due to a family emergency nearly 20 years ago. They ended up finding it online. This is Wes. Wes, I could hear the roar of the engine. He's helping his wife out of the car there. He's got his son and his daughter. That purr, that roar. What a great sound, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, come on over here. I know we were talking, actually. That roar, you remember that sound?
Yes, absolutely. A sound I'll never forget. I'm so looking forward to hitting the road again with that sound just in the background. Absolutely.
So we featured you and your family. This is their son and their daughter. Yeah, Simon did a story with you all earlier this week, but for those who are just tuning in, we want you guys all to hear this. This is a beautiful car. First off, tell me exactly what year this car is.
It's a 93 Ford Mustang GT. It's got a 2018 5.0 Coyote motor with a 6-speed transmission, AC, power steering, brakes, you name it, coilover suspension, new interior, new paint job. It's a new car.
Now, nearly 20 years ago, this was your baby, and
Yes.
and you had to sell it for somebody who was just a lot more important, for a medical emergency. You were battling cancer, and you sold it.
Yes.
Then, years later, your son, who has some fond memories of the car, you ended up randomly finding the exact same car online.
Somehow I found it. I don't know how it happened, but I found it. And
Not just the same year and make and model, but the exact same one.
exact same cars. The title was still under her name after so many years. It still said Wes and Laura Ryan. So there was no doubt in my mind this was her. This was the car.
Okay, and you didn't tell your dad you were getting it for him, did you?
Not until I told him to meet me in the parking lot and said in 15 minutes and said we got something to surprise you with. Otherwise than that, he had no clue about the whole car situation. He was at the house probably just eating some bag of chips or something. So.
So you surprised your dad with the car. That must have been an emotional moment.
To say the least. It's amazing. These guys are great. You never expect retribution. Your mom and dad for life, and they brought back my first love when it came to a car. And of course it was great to see the car, but also knew my kids were grounded. They were adults. They knew how to pay it forward, and it meant a lot. It showed me that my kids were where I wanted them to be.
Well, you sacrificed for your family by selling that car, and then they got to pay it back. And Ford heard about your story, was so inspired that because when you found this car, it did not look like this.
No, trust me. She was decent, but nothing compared to this pearl she is now. Yeah, she's immaculate now.
So Ford Motor Company heard about their story, and they made some calls and helped get this beauty fixed back up. Are you guys ready to hit the road?
Yes, we're ready to shift some gears and spin some tires, definitely.
Are you going to be cruising it on Woodward today?
I'm going to let him do a lot of the driving. I'm just going to sit in the passenger seat and enjoy it.
And enjoy the ride. Enjoy that roar of the motor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's so lovely to meet you all. Thanks so much for hanging out. Great to meet you. Love inspiring, beautiful stories like that. You guys are an incredible family. And we're going to toss things back to you.
Oh, I love that. It's such a great thing that they did for him, and a beautiful car, beautiful family. Thank you so much, Jen, for bringing us that story.